Hey, my name is Alyssa Furman. For everyone who doesn't know me, I started in June 2018 and I'm going for triple this month, I think. I just started for daycare money and now, here I am, almost 3 years later. So if you're brand new, obviously welcome to It Works Global. We are just going to talk about what we do and how to be successful. So somebody make sure you mute yourself. Um, so I'm going to talk about, the daily things we do is we post on the internet, we talk to people and network, and we grow our mindsets and we follow up and we add friends, just those 5 things. So if you put those things down and you're consistent with them every day, you're going to be amazing. And I'm just going to touch more on the mindset stuff because even though you wouldn't think it's the most important thing, it really is. Because what we do is simple. I mean, if you ever get overwhelmed, just say out loud to yourself, I post on the internet and I talk to people. If you say that out loud, it really sounds silly and you're getting overwhelmed because of the internet and you're like, okay, it's not that big of a deal. Take a deep breath. So just, if you're brand new, just take a deep breath and you're going to figure things out as you go and just keep learning as you earn and take us one step in front of the other. But I want to talk about getting into a business mindset. So if you want to drop in the chat, what's your monthly goal? If you could make any amount of money you wanted, what would you want to make? I just want to see what your goals are in the chat, just because it's kind of a cool thing to see. 25,000 we got, 25,000, 4,000, couple. Okay, so then my next question is, how long would you have to be in school to make that kind of money? Most people go to college for 4, 5, 6 years. If you're making 5 figures a month, you usually have to have like a doctorate or something. So with that in mind, just keep, you have to treat this business like school at the beginning, because you can't expect to jump in and be making $30,000, $20,000 a month without putting some sort of effort into knowledge and growth as a person. Every single person that you know on planet Earth who makes 5 figures a month has been doing personal development. You will not meet a single person that is successful that doesn't have a vision board, that doesn't do affirmations and pour into themselves, read books every day. So that's very important. And so I just want you to treat this like a business that it is, because picture this, traditional businesses cost an average of $50,000 to start up. You usually have to work them 60 to 80 hours a week, and you don't see your return on investment for like 3 to 5 years. So luckily, we don't have to spend that much time in this business. We don't have to spend that much time or money on this business, and we don't have to wait that long for return on investment. You could make your investment back in day one if you hustle with your samples. But just because this isn't, we don't have a storefront, you still have to treat this like a business. The same rules still apply with your marketing and networking through our posts and talking to people. Just because, you just have to think of it like you're a business owner now. You have to have the mindset of a business, which is why you need to be doing the personal development to grow yourself to be the type of person that deserves those 4 and 5 figure level incomes. So what else did I have down here? I took some notes. So, but yeah, I mean, I think that's everything. Just treat it like a business that it is, even though we don't have a storefront. You want to have that business mindset and be resourceful. I mean, we don't have bosses in this business. Yes, you have mentors and people to help you and everyone. I mean, even if, like, for me, if you're not on my team, if you need help, I will help you if you reach out to me. But that doesn't mean you need to have someone telling you what to do all the time. So just be resourceful. If you can't find an answer, go look for it. You have the team page, you have eSuite in the document library. If you haven't logged on to eSuite.itworks.com yet, log in there. You have all the answers to everything in your document library. You have all the answers to, how to post, how to message, all that kind of stuff is on the Success Squad team page too. So if your sponsor is busy and doesn't reply, just take it upon yourself to go and look for what to do, because you don't need to wait on anyone to work your business. You can do it yourself. I know when I started, my sponsor, who quit 3 months after I joined, and she was also new, I had to learn everything by myself. So you can do the same thing. If you're waiting for just go look for what to do. And if you don't have the boards app, you should get that downloaded. Have your sponsor add you if you're not in there yet, because it literally has 30 days laid out for step-by-step for you to do things. It includes personal development, post ideas, all the messaging you need. So that's going to be like your Go Pro ticket. Okay, I think I'm going to go over to Sam, and she's going to talk about scheduling because she still works full time and has kids. So that will be great for you guys to hear.
Yes. So I feel like you like set me up for so much just now, because one, boards, you have to have it. Like, it's a total game changer. There's a couple different ones. Like, there's a one that another VIP leader created that she's so nice to share. It's called like closing scripts. And if you don't have it, one of your, upline, one of the leaders here can help get you added. It's so helpful. It's like step by step conversation with an upsell and getting people's info for sealing the deal, and it's amazing. So the one thing that I was going to say is, while you're still working and doing this business, like, you have to obviously find your own balance and your own groove. I've found that if you can get as prepared as possible, you're going to set yourself up. It's just like any other thing, right? If you want to be really strict with your eating so that you like get the nutrition and lose the weight, whatever your goals are, right? You're going to prep on Sundays so that through the week you don't fail and go grab the Snickers or whatever, right? So if you can plan and prep and have stories prepped and some posts ready when you don't have time and you have the stuff prepped, you're going to be able to put them up. It's going to make things so much easier. So if you can take a few hours on Sunday to get your day or your following week prepped, you're going to be set up for success. If you're super busy like me, I know. I'm sure Amy's on here and she's a huge proponent of getting things prepped on Sunday. There's actually a Zoom that Amber Parker did. She's talking about how she preps for her week, because even though she's a top ambassador, top income earner, liaison between corporate and all of us out in the field, she is a huge on prepping on Sunday, because she wants to spend about an hour or so each day, so she has true time time freedom, right? So she's a top income earner and she has an hour, and obviously there's going to be things that come up that she might do other things with her being a top income earner with a huge team and a liaison, so Zooms or whatever else, but she's spending an hour of intentional work. For me, I know the big thing is having the discipline to not just scroll and not like get into TikTok reels or whatever, just rolling through watching them, and actually finding time to either intentionally engage, make sure that I've got my posts up for the day, make sure that hosted posts are going up. And so that's, I think when you're busy, you have to make sure that you're spending the little bit of time that you have. And I think everybody across the board, you get more time out of your day, right? But if you can spend the time on the things that are going to mean the most, then that's the most important. But I really think that finding the time for these is huge. Using the things that make things easier, like boards, prepping your week, and just find your own kind of groove, and maybe leaning on your upline to do that and find that balance too. I know, Alyssa, you worked full-time too before when you were doing this business, and Crystal is such a busy mama of 9, right? Like, with everybody involved, it's like you're so busy. So I feel like I feel busy, and you probably are 1,000 times busier, and I have no room to talk. So if there's anything that you would add to working this business, being super busy mama you are, then I would love to hear what you would have to add.
Okay, so yeah, I have 7 kids, and then my boyfriend has 2 others. So yes, 9 total. And I was working full time when I first started too. So it can be done. Like, you're not too busy. You just find time throughout the day, like you text back your mom, text back a potential customer, you text your husband or significant other or best friend, text back the potential, because that's what's going to be making you money. So, just like find little time, like wake up an hour early. I try to do that. My kids hear me and wake up too. So, or stay up an hour late instead of watching Netflix. Just, message people, get up host to post, talk to potentials from host to post, all those things that we should be doing instead of like laying in bed and just sitting there and scrolling. Like Sam was saying, that's not going to make you money. But, if you're scrolling, you can intentionally just like comment on people's stuff that will boost your algorithm and all that. So that's good too. But you have time, just find time, even if you don't have to spend like a whole hour right away, you can just do it throughout the day. And so now I'm going to talk about host to post. So a lot of you might be new. You might not even know what a host to post is. We'll also call it HAP, HAP. So basically what a host to post is asking your friends or followers on Facebook if they will post for you. So the reason that we do this and the reason that I love host to post so much is because we get to get into our friends' network, and then we get to get into our friends' network. And social media is so big. If we're doing host to post, so we do a giveaway this month. We're doing a Louis Vuitton or $700 cash. So we'll post about that on our wall, basically like drop your birthday for a chance at $700 cash, whatever. So then people will drop their birthday, and then you'll message them and you'll just say like, hey girl, I'm super excited about this giveaway. For an entry, I'll just give you a quick post to put up on your wall. Easy peasy, whatever, something like that. So, and then then they'll put it on their wall, and then their friends will see it and they'll start commenting, and then that's how you get new potentials. So you do host to post to get new potentials and to grow your network as well. Growing. So when you're doing host to post, say you do a weight loss host to post and somebody comments on that post. So let's say Tony did a host to post for me and Sam commented on her host to post. I'm going to go and add Sam to my friends on Facebook. A lot of times people won't buy right away. So I could message Sam and say like, hey girl, I'm super excited about this product, blah, blah, whatever. And she could say no, like not right now, but no is always not right now. No is not no. It took me 1.5 years to join this business. I said no a lot of times and then said yes. And a lot of people are like that. The people that order right away, we call them unicorns, basically because they just bought right away and it doesn't happen that often. So the reason we add them as our friends on Facebook is so that they'll start seeing our posts. They'll start seeing us post about the giveaway. Then they can do host to post. They'll start seeing us post about more products, and maybe they want the coffee but not the Thermofite X, and we didn't even tell them about that, but they saw it on our wall. That happens often. And then they'll start seeing your stories. And then they'll also see the posts about making more money, and then they could join your team too. So adding people to your network is one of the best things that you can do to grow your business. And the easiest way to do it is through host to post. Let's see what else. So with the host to post, so say Tony said, I got your host to post up. It's on my wall, whatever. So then I'm going to go there. I'm not going to have them tag me in the post, because then my whole news feed on my page would be full of host posts, and I don't really want that. So I'll just tell them to tell me when they're done posting, and I'll go to their page, and then you can save post to collection. So say she did the host post, I'm going to go to her page, and then the top corner there's 3 little dots. You'll click the 3 little dots, and then it will say save to collection. You'll click that, and then you can say February host to post. And then you can save all your host to posts in there. So that way, when you want to go back and check your host to post, see if you have comments, it's easy. You don't have to scroll through to find who posted for you, anything like that. It's just right there. Let's see. Sorry, I have to take notes. Otherwise, I get all over the place. So another thing you can do with host to post, especially with weight loss host to post, is you can the next day after people have commented, and maybe you've gotten back to those people or maybe you haven't, it really doesn't matter. The next day you can post before and after pictures in there. And then for all the scripts and stuff, Sam, if you want to put some, you can. Otherwise, you can ask your sponsor for help on host to post. Host to post is so big, but it's the best way to get people on your network that are actually interested in either making extra money or, losing weight or growing out their hair, whatever your host to post was about. And the more that you stay consistent, consistency is so important, especially when you're busy. just being consistent with posting, following up with people, and doing host to post. That's all you have to do. Literally, you post about the business, you do host to post, you do personal development, and then you follow up with people. And yeah, and then, with host to post, there's a lot of times that you'll get no comments on a host to post, and it's totally normal. Like, it's fine. It doesn't matter, because then you'll get another host to post that gets 10, 20, on giveaway host to post 50 comments, and that's busy. Like, that's like, holy crap. Like, you might get overwhelmed with that. So like those ones that have no comments, don't get discouraged about that. And also don't feel like you have to get back to people right, like, instantly. Don't get overwhelmed if you get a host to post that has 30 or 50 comments. Don't feel like you have to hurry up and rush to get through them. And Sarah used this analogy one time, and she said, if you opened a restaurant and your line was out the door, you wouldn't shut the door to your restaurant because you're too overwhelmed and busy. You would just work through it. And it's going to take time to get through a host post that has 50 comments, but that's okay, because those 50 new people that you're going to add as your friend that are actually interested, and they might not say yes right away, but eventually they will say yes and they will order from you. So just try to keep that in mind. Don't quit because you're too busy, and, don't give up on host to post because you don't get, the comments that you think you need. Every post will be different. Some, will get a lot, and some won't get any at all. So yeah, I think that's all I got about host to post. Does anybody have any questions about anything that me, Sam, or Alyssa talked about? If you want to throw them in the chat. There's a lot.
You can throw them in the chat. I just wanted to touch a little bit more on scheduling too. So what I do, what makes it easy for follow-up, especially with host to post, and you reach out to somebody. I have this notebook. So this is just a weekly planner I got from Target. It has every day of the week, and I have names on all of these, days. This green, that's one order out of all of those names. So if you talk to so many people and you think you should be getting orders, it's okay if you don't. That just means you're going to be following up with them. It takes an average of 5 to 12 follow-ups for anybody to buy anything, not just our products. Think about yourself. I always say this: if you're shoe shopping, you see a shoe you like, you go home, you go on the internet, see what color you want, go back to the store, try it on, then you go home and decide what one you want. Like, we're all like that. Humans are just programmed to say no right away. So just know it's completely normal. And if you haven't followed up with someone at least 5 times, just take the expectation off of it, because then you're not going to be disappointed. Just be like, oh, this is normal. Haven't gotten to number 5 yet. And a follow-up doesn't even have to be like, hey, ready to try my products. You could follow up with someone by replying to their story and telling them how cute their outfit is, or commenting on a picture on their page. Just keeping in front of them and building their relationship and being a friendly person is gonna, when they're ready, they're gonna come to you then. So I have this notebook, and I like writing things down. Otherwise, you could do in your phone. What I like to do if I'm on the run, just because I'm home all day, so it's easy for me to just write in my notebook. But another thing you can do if you're talking to people throughout the day, if whoever responds to your messages, just take a screenshot at the end of the night, go in a notebook and write them down. Like, you can go through your camera roll, write the people down, and then delete them when you get them in your notebook, or however you want to do it, in a note on your phone, whatever works for you. But yeah, and I know this is a lot of information, especially if you're brand new, but just keep hopping on these Zooms. This is number 1, showing up for your business, staying plugged in, getting on the Sunday night calls, like being on the team page and in the chats. You're not always gonna feel motivated. I just watched something about how motivation is BS. No, and motivation is like sadness and happiness. It comes and goes. But if you stay plugged into the team, you're gonna be more motivated more often than not. And if you feel yourself feeling discouraged, I can guarantee you're not doing personal development. You're not talking to your upline. You're not in the team chats. You always get really discouraged and feel off if you're not involved in things. So make that a priority too. And just focus on, especially at the beginning, who you're becoming, how you're growing, and don't focus on the results right away, because you're going to grow your mindset so much, and resilience and dealing with rejection and all these no's that you're going to get, because you're going to get a lot more no's than yeses. And that's totally okay, because a yes builds your business and a no builds you. So you learn a lot from that kind of stuff. Imagine if everyone said yes to every single one of us, we'd all be ambassadors on day 35. So it's just a completely normal thing. But yeah, so I mean, if anyone have any questions, we kind of went really fast and furious. We have 10 minutes left. Anyone
One
wanna-
thing that I would say for like the schedule, like you were saying, or like the list or whatever, I do the same thing. I'll screenshot everybody and then highlighting people's names that did like host to post for you. Like I'll have a host to post list and then I'll have a potentials list. And so yeah, just like I like the list because then you can go back through like, so like anybody that I talked to today about a product, next week I can go back to this week and see all those people. And if they're not highlighted, then, they didn't order. And so I should follow up with them. And I like how Alyssa said, you don't have to say like, hey, buy my product. You can just like today I followed up with a girl. She's been sick for a while and she like has like some stomach issues or whatever, but I remembered that she had a doctor's appointment today. So that's basically how I followed up with her. Like, hey girl, like, I hope you're doing better. I hope the doctor finds out what's going on with you, blah, blah, blah. And then she sent me a message afterward and she's like, I'm feeling better. My doctor said I could take the gummies. I want to order them. And it's just like, I didn't even say anything about the gummies. It's just, she put two and two together and she's like, yeah, thanks. And I'm building a relationship with her. I'm not just a robot, talking to somebody about, 97 times, like, are you ready to order? You ready to order? You ready to order? Do you want to join my team? Do you want to join my team? Like we don't need to, we're not robots. We're humans. We can talk to people like humans, building relationships is the best way to build your business because people buy you, not the products. Like they're going to buy what you're saying. They're going to listen to you because they know you and they trust you. And if you're not building a relationship, then they can't know you or trust you. So yeah, I just wanted to add that in there.
Yes. Know, like, and trust. People buy from people they know, like, and trust. Write that down. Know, like, and trust. That's why your warm market are good people to reach out to right away. And if you like my first couple of customers were my aunt, my mom, my cousins, a couple of my sisters-in-law, and sometimes people's warm market don't support you, or your people's warm market don't support them. And if they don't, that's totally okay. You don't need them to support your business because we'll go back to the restaurant analogy. If you opened a restaurant, you wouldn't just depend on your friends and family to keep you in business. You would network and market yourself to get people. And we have 3 billion people in the palm of our hand. There's an article I just read. There's 3 billion people between Instagram and Facebook. So just got to talk to enough people. That's it. You're good. And you'll get better over time. Like, of course, you're not confident right now if you're brand new, but the confidence will come with the action. So the more action you take, the better you're going to get. But if you never take any action, or if you talk to like 5 people and you stop because you're discouraged, you're never going to get any better and you're never going to get to those yeses. So yeah, I think where are we at? 8:54. Can you talk about top priority tasks training to focus on? Your 6 customers, focus on getting those ASAP. Especially if you just started now. I mean, if you joined in February, you have the whole month to get a $300 bonus. So first step to that is 6 customers. And then after that, you're going to just find 3 people to teach them to get their 6 customers. And that's it. Simple, easy steps. Steps to success is your 6 customers and 3 reps. And mindset, because you have to lead yourself before you lead others. And you're going to enroll people that are discouraged. Like, just like every one of us were nervous and kind of skeptical when we first started. So you have to be able to talk to new people that you bring into your team when they go through some sort of discouragement, or if they're like nervous, you're going to have to be able to pour into them and believe in them before they believe in themselves. So that's why personal development is also important. If you think you don't need it, somebody else is going to need it from you. So it's good for you to get that insight before the time comes when you're like, I don't know how to help you. You're going to have some good stuff in your head top to tell people. So yeah, I think, did that answer your question? Hopefully. Any more? Egg in the bucket.
The one thing that I would add, since we're talking about like the first thing, don't lose sight of yourself. On social media, I feel like so many times it's like, here's a post, we're giving sample posts for people. And it's just, I wouldn't want your audience to be like, oh, somebody took over their Facebook. It's not my friend Sam anymore. What's going on? All she's talking about is this other stuff. Like, you can be proud and obviously talk about what you're doing and share in lives and share in stories and do the posting, but still talk about what you are doing, right? Like, still talk about like your kids or your hobbies or your, you know what I mean? Like, still be you, because yes, that would be the one thing that I would always say. Like, Alyssa is the self-development queen, and we all need to do that, and like it needs to be a top priority. But I just know that when we're all starting out something new, it's like we dive head first, which we want to see you do, but we just want your warm network to still know it's you. So, all right. Well, if anybody doesn't have any more questions, I'm going to go ahead and at least stop the recording. Yes, Taylor, good point. Do not hit the share button. For goodness sake, whatever you do not hit the share button.
Yeah, you're killing your engagement. I've had
Yeah.
so many times. Oh, you go.
Well, I was just saying that's where the little save to collection comes into play.